That's pretty good. I see what that. They're going to lose a lot of games. I don't care how good Kevin is.
I feel bad for Karis LeVert, man. I love that dude. He plays so hard. He plays tough. He's going to lose the will next year. Yeah, the flip side though is if they win, our season's turned around. They lose 0-4, but you beat the Packers, you go 1-3. There's a lot of hope there. Yeah. Season's not over yet. It might be good there.
Okay. Hey everybody, this is the Westminster Weekly Wakeup. I'm Colin.
And I'm Andy.
And we are going to go over some of our weekly activities that we're going to have. Go ahead.
Well, do you want to talk about your weekend first?
Oh, sure. Yeah, weekend.
They care about us a little bit. So
Yeah.
they don't want to be bored with sports. But what they now know is that that's all you and I are really, is sports all the time. Our lives revolve around that. And now that sports are finally back, we have a lot going on. So did you do anything other than watch sports over the weekend?
No.
Well,
Oliver had his first flag football game.
okay, well, that's fun.
Yeah, he did good. They switched, it was his first practice and his first flag football game on the same day.
Oh, okay.
So he didn't have a practice before. So they didn't know who was supposed to be any position. So in the game, they were just rotating positions. So he played wide receiver and quarterback, and he did fine. I mean, he's pretty athletic compared to most kids.
So let's talk about what kids organized sports looks like in the time of COVID. So first of all, how old is his group?
I think it's probably like a group of like 3rd, 4th, 5th graders, probably like 3 grades.
So 9, 10, 11, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and so
And it's boys and girls.
unisex, it's 2020.
Yep.
Open for everybody.
Yep.
So during flag football, there's no such thing as social distancing, right?
No, not really. No.
So did he have to do any kind of COVID precautions before? Did he have to get a COVID test? Or everything's just completely wide open now?
No, he didn't have to get a COVID test. And now they don't have to check their temperatures anymore when they go to school. And like CDC, I guess, took that away.
Right. Well, the governor opened up everything, so
Yeah.
the state institutions can move to whatever phase they want.
Yeah.
Essentially, so
So they still wear masks, but they don't do the temperature checks anymore.
but they don't wear masks when they're playing flag football.
No, they didn't wear masks when they were playing flag football. No.
Gotcha. What about around the flag football area where people still feel distance around?
Yeah, I didn't see. I mean, most parents were just, standing outside, socially distanced out.
So did Oliver have a good time? Did he love it?
Yeah, he did. He had a good catch, and he only got to throw the ball one time, but it was at the end of the game. He can really throw because we play football like a lot of days. Like during COVID, we played football some days for like 2 hours just outside and just went outside and threw it, So the last play of the game, this girl hadn't caught any balls or anything like that. So they had him be the quarterback, and he had to wait for her to run all the way down the field, and he still overthrew her. And he had to do a little Russell Wilson move to get away too. He made a kid fall down. We got a video, and he was like watching it, and he's like, "Oh, I just can't stop watching myself." It was really funny. It was cool. So he zipped it too. It was a perfect spiral. I think he might have a better arm than I do. Like, I'm not very good at throwing. I can catch pretty good, but I'm not much of a thrower of football.
Right.
So
So was that his favorite position? Was playing quarterback?
no, he likes wide receiver better. He likes to.
catch it and do something with it.
Yeah, he likes Odell, right? He loves the one-handed catches, and he didn't know. He's like, yeah, I mossed him. I was like, do you know what that means? He didn't know who Randy Moss was.
So let's get you guys up here. So Randy Moss, of course, is an NFL receiver, one of the greatest of all time, Hall of Fame. And so there's an adjective now that the kids use called mossing them, which is when you treat them the way Randy Moss would have treated them, which is
like catching a ball over somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
So
he didn't know that all the kids say it, but none of them know who he is because they're too young.
Now, I think Randy Moss has a son that's playing in college now. Is that right?
Yeah, he's a tight end and he's really good.
He's out west, maybe USC, something like that. But yeah,
somewhere. Yeah.
His son's playing, so pretty soon we'll be of that generation where they know who the son is, but not who the father is. So I am a little bit older than Colin, so I have gotten to that part of my life where I don't know the kids very well, but I know the parents very well. So I'm sure you've had that happen a couple times.
Yeah, we're starting to see it with the NBA players and things like that. I mean, the Grants, like I remember Horace Grant winning championships, so,
Yeah. So I'm definitely glad that it's Oliver got to play like football and he loved it.
Yeah.
And what about Phoenix? Is she throwing football yet?
No, she's not throwing football. She's doing good. She's just acting like a baby still, nothing. There's nothing to write home about yet. She smiles a lot, I guess. She's doing good. She goes to the doctor this week, so we'll get to see how big she is. She hasn't gone to the doctor since she was 6 weeks old, and now she's 17 weeks old. So we have no clue how much she weighs, so that'll be interesting to see where we're at. I feel like my back's getting stronger. It doesn't hurt as much to carry her.
So what day does she go to the doctor?
Tomorrow, I think, or Thursday. I can't remember. Tuesday or Thursday.
Okay, so on Friday, make sure you find Colin and ask him how big Phoenix is, because he'll know by then.
Yep.
He might know on Wednesday or Thursday, but there's no telling.
I can't remember because they changed it. It was supposed to be last week. It was supposed to be last week on Thursday, and then they called and said the doctor isn't in. So, yeah. So, then the other thing we did is we put a vanity in our back bathroom. We did that.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So you had a pretty productive weekend.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, lots of sports.
I
lots
started
of time.
my school.
Oh, okay. Tell us about school. What are you going to be doing?
So I'm finishing my doctorate degree. It's a doctorate of business administration and DBA. And so I am starting the first course back. I've already finished a lot of the courses, but because I'm going back, I kind of have to do like a refresher course. So it's just a research course. I'm just going to be reading and analytically writing and things like that.
All right.
Yeah.
And how long is it going to take you to finish
2 years.
theoretically? 2 years.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I spent my weekend being productive as well. I have my arm surgery tomorrow, so I was trying to get everything done at home that I could get done. So all those little projects had to get done and all the yard work. I laid some sod yesterday. It's supposed to rain all week, so I filled in a few bare spots in the lawn, and so hopefully it'll be in good shape. And then I'll be out of the office Tuesday, but I should be back on Wednesday. And so my whole weekend was spent preparing for that to make sure that I am ready to go. And then next weekend, I get to teach my wife how to do all the yard work. So I will sit myself in a little lawn chair, maybe have a glass of lemonade and point and give direction.
So are you going to be in a cast or a sling?
I'll be in a sling, total immobilization of my right arm for the first week.
But that's only sling.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm not supposed to move it at all. So I will know more after my surgery or when I get there tomorrow. But it's supposed to be 1 week immobilization, 6 weeks of no lifting. So we'll see how it goes. It's just a very small incision just to kind of repair the tendon on my elbow. And we'll see where it goes from there.
Do you know if you have stitches?
I don't know. I don't know anything. I won't tell you the name of the place where I'm getting my surgery, but I've been very disappointed with the amount of information that I've been given. But I can tell you that Dr. Prower has been very, very helpful. So I'm a big fan of Dr. Prower, and Dr. Gwen is doing the surgery himself. So the two of them have been fantastic. It's been the lead up that has been a little bit of a challenge, but I still have over 24 hours. I'll get it figured out.
Yeah.
So it's no rush right now for me. So, but what's going on here on campus? What's happening this week for you guys?
Yeah, well, the most exciting thing that we're doing is today marks the beginning of Active Aging Week. All right, so this is one of the biggest times of the year for the fitness department and resident services for our community. So all around the country, people are celebrating active aging because we know how important it is to be active as you get older. So what we're doing is a competition, and it involves everybody on campus, employees and residents. All you have to do is come to me and report any active minutes that you do throughout the day. All right, so if you're, walking your dog, that can be active minutes. Or if you actually go into the fitness center, active minutes. If you're going into the fitness centers or you're coming to class, I'm writing that stuff down anyway, and we'll keep track. There's going to be a big board in Palm Center, right by the library there, and you'll be able to see which team is doing the best. And then there'll also be a board on My W Life, a virtual board that's updated. So if you don't want to walk over to Palm Center, you don't want to come out of your apartment, you can still look and see how your team is doing. So we're split up by floors, depending on where you're at. So, Palm View, floors 2 through 8, and maintenance are a team. So that's an example of a team. I don't know all the teams off the top of my head, but I remember that team. So all of the floors, whether you're in Palm Air, Palm Island, Palm Bay, are together. So you really want to encourage your neighbors and the employees that you work with to report their active minutes. So, and we're going to have employees encouraging you to report your active minutes because they want their team to do well. So it's a fun competition, and I've already had a lot of people say that they're really excited about it.
Right, we did a similar thing last year. It was a big deal. Everybody liked it. So remember, the most important thing is to get out there and get active, and then report your time to Colin or Jill.
Yeah, but maybe. But yes, I mean, you can go to Jill. She's going to forward it to me. I'm taking care of all the stats. But like I said, you can leave a note in the at the front desk. They'll get it to fitness. You can leave me a voicemail. You can leave me an email. Anything, and you can do it 2 or 3 days at a time. You don't have to do it every day, but if you want to, you can. But if you get to the end of the week and you kept your track of it, just drop it off, and I'll update the board.
Right, and as we've already talked about 2 weeks in a row, the weather's amazing outside. It's a great time to get outside and walk.
Absolutely.
Go enjoy the weather. It is going to rain off and on all week this week, but there will be times when it's not raining. So when it's not, make sure you seize that day, seize that moment, and get outside and walk a little bit.
Absolutely.
So that is the Active Aging Fitness Challenge for both employees and residents. Get out there and get involved. Anything else from fitness you want to share at the moment?
No, I'll have you take it over.
So as you all know, the memo went out on Friday. We are opening up transportation. The world is opening up. This is not a call them all for everybody in the whole world to go out to back doing everything they were doing. There are still COVID cases out there. There are still states where the numbers are spiking. We are very fortunate here in Pinellas County to not have as many cases. There are still cases there, though, and we do have hospital capacity, which is great for us, but that doesn't mean that we want you to get it. So although we are opening up and expanding our services, specifically in transportation, please be very careful and mindful in that when you go out in public, there will be people out in public who are not taking this seriously. You want to avoid them, and you want to take measures to protect yourself. We've been in this since March, so hopefully you know how to protect yourself. You want to wash your hands as much as you can, wear your mask, sanitize whenever possible, and keep a physical distance from others around you. So that is very important. So in transportation specifically, as the letter on Friday noted, we are returning to groceries, we're returning to errands, and we're returning to shopping on Fridays. So groceries will be the same as what we've done before, maybe with an extra run every now and then to take up for the social distancing because we can't fit as many people on the bus. But for the most part, on Mondays, we'll be doing an 8:30 run in Palm View and Palm Bay. And on Wednesdays, we'll be doing the 8:30 run in Palm Air and Palm Isle. We will be doing runs after those 8:30 runs. Check the registration sheets to see exactly when those are going to be. Those may change week to week, depending on how many people sign up. We have a maximum of 8 people on the bus. We can't fit more than 8 on the bus because everybody won't fit together with 6-foot rule. And so because of that, on some weeks, we may have to take an extra trip and run the bus like a shuttle. Publix isn't very far away, so if you have to wait 15, 20 minutes before you get on the next shuttle, that's fine. It's better than what it was before. We're getting you to the grocery store. And of course, you'll have to be very patient with us delivering your groceries because with more people going at different times, it takes a little longer to get those groceries delivered. Still better than not going at all. But remember, when you go to the grocery store, don't touch things that you don't need to touch. It's very important. The grocery store has a high foot traffic volume happening there. And so many people, basically everybody goes to the grocery store. And this is a place where you can be exposed to COVID-19 very easily. So be very conscientious of where you put your hands and where you stand and who you talk to. That's very important. We're also going to be doing errands on Monday and Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock, same as what we did before. We will have a maximum of 8 people that can go on that. That's how many we can fit on the bus. We cannot fit more than that. I'm so sorry. And so that'll be Monday afternoons and Wednesday afternoons. The registration sheets are out for that. And then for shopping, we are going to go to Walmart this Friday at 9 a.m. And next Friday at 9 a.m., we'll go to Target. And what we're going to do is alternate those 2 department stores every other week until we feel like everybody's gotten everything they need at a Walmart or a Target. It'll still be a while before we go to malls. Malls are not exactly essential for what we all need. And of course, restaurants and event outings, those are going to stay by the wayside as well. We do not need to be going to restaurants at this time. Restaurants have a limited capacity, not because of what the governor said, but because most restaurants are limiting themselves anyway. And so it's very difficult for us to get a group of people together to go to a restaurant anyway. So for right now, we're focusing on groceries, errands, and shopping at Walmart and Target. We do have a little bit of tram service as well. If you do feel like you need a tram ride around town, I do want you to contact the transportation department, and we'll do that by appointment ahead of time. Basically, what's happening, Colin, is we have so many new services of transportation going out, and we expand it all at one time. I'm not sure exactly how much time we're going to have for tram driving as well. I'm not even sure how much of a need we're going to have for tram driving. We will see. But if you need to go somewhere by the tram, please contact the transportation department and say, hey, I'd like to get my nails done downtown. I want to go across the street of the pool, and then work out with them a good time that will be for you. So once again, we will not have a tram driver on call all the time because they will be busy trying to pick up the slack for the extra runs that we're having to make because of limited space. I know that's a lot, but that is exactly what I want you to know is all that transportation is opening. If you have any questions, you can call the transportation team at extension 257 or call the front desk and ask to speak to transportation, and they'll be glad to help you. You know, Jennifer knows this stuff backwards and forwards, and she can tell you exactly what's going on. There's a lot of stuff being rolled out at once. We're trying to do it as safe as possible, but it all comes back to you with being safe. Is you have to wash your hands. You have to social distance because we don't want you to bring it back to our community. And so we're trying to do this as carefully as possible. So thank you for being conscientious. Colin, do you have anything to add to all of that? Any questions? I know there's a lot.
Yeah, no, I think you did a really good job.
Okay.
Explanation. Yes,
Good.
a lot.
And it's a big step. I'm happy for your department and for our residents to have that opportunity.
Yes, well, we're going to try to roll it out safely. This is all pending no positive cases in the campus.
Yeah.
If we get any positive cases, we are going to start retracting these things to make sure that we're safe for everybody. And so this is on our campus, on our community to try and stay safe. And so you want to help police each other as well. Remind each other to wear a mask. Remind each other to keep a safe different distance. It's not only about protecting yourself, but it's about protecting your community here at Westminster Palms.
Absolutely.
What else is going on? Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, so just a couple things. Last Friday, we released a new video, part of the 8 Dimensions of Wellness series that we're doing. We did Italy last Friday. So we've done Australia, we've done Italy. And if you missed that, it's on My W Life. You can access it anytime. And I'm working on the next country now. So I am going to go, we have had a European country. We've had Australia, that's their own continent, right? And we're going to go to South America. I'm going to do Peru next. So, yeah, so hopefully, I don't know if, again, they usually take about 2 weeks to get out. So that one will probably be out a week from Friday. But definitely check out Italy and Australia if you haven't. Because we are going to have, once we can use the multi-purpose room, I'm going to have a day where I bring all of them together and I talk about the differences of all the countries that I've done. So it's going to be a fun day.
once we have the multi-purpose room, that is the statement of 2020 right there.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on the technology to come together in the multi-purpose room. We have a few back in house punch list problems that they are working out. We do expect the multi-purpose room to be available soon. We're just waiting on those few things. And the Golden Goal should open up soon as well. We should only be a few weeks away from that. So, did they vote to change the name for the Golden Goal?
I don't know if they voted yet, but that's.
Yeah, it was on the docket to possibly change the name of the Golden Goal.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly not a great name. And so maybe they did change the name. I don't know. I never heard official word of that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to vote yet or not, but it was on the document.
So the drywall in the dining room should be finished in the next couple weeks, and then we should be good to go shortly after that. So open forum is tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can watch that and see if there are any updates from Kenny and the dining team then.
Great idea. Great idea. I know that we have some updates as well from fitness. The only other thing that I would like to mention is Thursday morning shuffleboard, right? So I know I mention it every week, but it's awesome. We have a really good time out there. The weather's been fantastic. And, the residents that have been coming out all summer, they are starting to get pretty skilled. So, we got a few ringers out there, and if you haven't played in a while, they're gonna take you to the shed. So.
And is there another shuffleboard tournament on Friday?
Not this Friday.
Okay.
Yes, that was a mistake. It's going to be the 23rd. We are going to have a shuffleboard tournament, 4:00 p.m. on Friday the 23rd. Okay. So that'll be on the next round of the calendar. I wanted to get it on the next calendar, so that was the whole point.
8:30 in the morning every Thursday.
Yep.
And not a morning person. We will have one later on.
Yes. Yep. But if you are a morning person, it's a great way to start your day.
Yes.
And it gets you some active minutes.
That's right. And today and tomorrow are pop-ins for pepperoni. You got a notice in your
Box about that. Hopefully you turned in your order, and I will be leaving here shortly to go and sign for that pizza delivery. And so pizza is happening in independent living, and on Tuesday we're also going to have pizza in assisted living and health center.
Great.
So I have ordered a lot of pizza. A ton of pizza is coming here to Westminster Palms. Everybody loves pop-in for pepperoni. So thank you for those of you who sent in your orders for that. We're going to be very excited. So much happening with transportation and the Active Aging Week. You're going to have to burn off all those pepperoni calories. And so get out there and be busy and make sure you record those hours and send them to Colin whenever you have them.
Absolutely.
You have anything else you want to add, Colin?
I'm done. What about you?
Nope, that's good. Enjoy yourself at the grocery store.